Okay guys, so this is the part 2 that I was talking about in my latest YouTube video, which was installing these new tow mirrors from Sanooer onto the truck. Guys, these things are fantastic. I love them so far. I've been running them for about a month now. I mean, just the quality of, when you just go to fold it like that, it just feels so much more stout and well built than most of the mirrors that I've ever had on this truck. Love the switchback so far. I need to put switchback bulbs in my headlights now so that they match, you know. Anyway, so today's video is going to be what I was promised in the last video, which is leveling these tow mirrors, because when they are out like this, extended, I showed you guys a view from the front. They're kind of angled up, so we need to take these mirrors and adjust them down slightly so that they're sitting level instead of angling up like this on either side. It just looks better. Also, Sanooer also sent me a set of chrome caps because I told them I did not want these black ones because it didn't go with the way I had the truck, the look I had for the truck, which I have a lot of chrome on it. So told them I wanted some chrome mirrors. They said that's fine, just make a video on how to install them. Very simple, guys. It's going to take probably more time to try to level these than it will to install these chrome caps, but both of them are very simple. So we're going to jump right into that. I'm going to start with leveling the mirrors first. That way I'm not scratching my caps. We'll level the mirror first, and then we'll go ahead and install our caps. Okay guys, for today's project we're going to need the following tools. A trim removal tool. I prefer a deep well 10mm socket. It's all preference. A short extension, a socket wrench, a 10mm wrench, a Phillips head screwdriver, a pair of needle nose pliers, and some 1/4-inch washers. We're going to begin by removing this cap here with a trim removal tool and placing pressure with the other hand, and it should pop right off. Next guys, we're going to be working with these 4 bolts right here that you can see. We're going to begin by loosening the bottom 2 bolts. I would back them out maybe a 1/4 inch apiece. These 2 bolts are going to be the ones holding the mirror in place while we're working on the top 2, so don't back them all the way out. Then we're going to remove both of the top 2 bolts all the way out. They do have the option to use Phillips head screwdrivers on these guys, but just from personal experience, they do strip easy. It's much easier to just use the 10mm socket. These 1/4 inch M6 flat washers I just picked up at O'Reilly's. You can find them anywhere. And then this is where you're going to need your needle nose pliers. You're going to take your bolt and just set it in the hole that it was in on the mirror. Then you're going to take your washer and put it in your needle nose pliers like so, and reach in behind it and set that washer on the back side of the metal plate that bolt is resting in. So you're basically creating a spacer. You're going to put 2 of these washers, guys, behind each bolt on the top. The bottom 2 bolts do not get washers. We're going to carefully line up the holes, and I just finger thread it in a little bit, and then I use my screwdriver to just drive the bolt in a little bit so that it holds it in place, but you don't want to screw it all the way in just yet because we still have the other side to do. You're going to swing the mirror out of your way toward the front and repeat the process just like we did on the other side. Now I'm going to take my 10mm socket and tighten all 4 bolts down. Be careful guys, the block that these bolts bolt into is just aluminum, so you can strip these out. You want them tight, but you don't want them too tight. Now, as you guys can see, standing here from the front, the mirror appears to be more level compared to the truck. And of course, we already did this side to kind of test everything. You can see that's level as well. We don't have that nasty angle that we had before. They're not going to be perfectly level, guys. I mean, I think you can kind of tell by looking at that one over there. There's a little slight angle up, but it does not look terrible. This is actually the perfect look for it. Okay, guys, so the last step to leveling our tow mirrors is going to be getting this cap right here to fit back in. And because we have angled this out slightly, the top of this plastic right here is going to be rubbing on our cap that goes right there. And so we're going to have to take a Dremel tool and kind of customize it a little bit. I'll show you that real quick. Okay guys, so here's the cap. I'm going to take my Dremel tool. I actually did all this thinking that I was filming it and missed it all, so I'm kind of showing you guys how to do it after it's already done. But right there where you can see where I'm using my Dremel tool, there was a ridge, kind of like the other 3 that you can see there on the cap, and I just took my Dremel tool and shaved it off basically on the back side, flush with the bottom of that back side of that cap. Next, you're going to just put it back in place just like it came out. You may have to use a little force to kind of get it on, but when it pops on, you'll hear it and you'll know. Always swing your mirror just to make sure that when it moves, it doesn't accidentally pop it back off. But if it's good, it looks clean, everything, it stays on. If you didn't shave that part off, you're going to wind up having probably, it wouldn't have even stayed on there to begin with. That or you would have had to trim the plastic up here on top, which I'd rather not do this. This looks way more, it looks like it was made that way type of a deal. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and do in this part of this video, guys, is to replace our black plastic caps right here with chrome caps that Sanooer sent me. So we're going to begin by swinging the mirror out of the way. Press the bottom of the top mirror down to give yourself some space to pry the bottom mirror out, and then just try to apply even pressure over the bottom of that mirror and it should pop right off. It always helps to see what's behind the mirror so you know what you're dealing with. So now you're going to take your top mirror, press the top of it all the way in so that the bottom is sticking out, put your hands underneath and try to pry up. This didn't really work for me, so I wound up having to get a ladder and try it from above the mirror. These are really easy to break. I actually broke the mirror on the driver's side trying to pull it out. The bottom ones always come off pretty easy. It's these top ones that break. There's just a lot of surface area for it to flex and then obviously crack and break. So be careful. These are fairly inexpensive. If you do wind up doing this, they're easy to replace. So guys, Sanooer did inform me after they watched the draft to this video before I posted it that there's a much simpler way to remove the caps and replace them. You can check out that link in my description. This is just the way I've always done it. I don't know if it applies to just their mirrors or if it's all mirrors, but be sure to check out that link in the description of this video. Be careful with these little spacers or tensioners or whatever. They actually help keep the vibration down on your mirrors while you're driving. They do fall out very easy. Just make sure you catch them and put them to the side. Then we're going to go ahead and unplug the wiring for the heated option and the turn signal that are on the back of your mirrors. Next, we're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. You got 4 screws right here on the mirrors. We're going to go ahead and take them all the way out. So those 4 screws are holding in this back plate, bracket thing, whatever you want to call it. Be careful with this little tab here. It sticks underneath the round piece that holds the top mirror in. So you're going to kind of have to pull it out and then down to the side as you're pulling it out. Be careful, there is wiring plugged into the back of this as well. It's for your reverse light that you have there on the side of your mirror. And now with all of that removed, we are able to access our caps. The bottom one comes off fairly easy. And so for the top one, you're going to actually need a flathead screwdriver to kind of pry the clips that hold it in place out of the way. Just be careful as you're doing it. It does come off pretty easy though. So now you can go ahead and put the bracket or whatever you call this on the back of the mirror back on. It actually helps because the caps clip into it somewhat. But remember to plug your light back in before you put it on, and be careful of that tab. Once again, you're going to have to push it up from the bottom right and kind of slide it underneath. It's going to want to catch on the little rubber boot that goes around the round thing there that the mirror attaches to. Just be careful to get it all back in place without breaking anything. Make sure your wiring for the mirrors are pulled through and accessible. And from here, we're going to go ahead and put our 4 screws back in to hold that bracket in place. So now I'm going to take my upper mirror, the bigger one, and put it back in. Remember to plug your wiring back in. The 2 that are similar but aren't marked are just for your heated mirrors. And as far as I know, it does not matter which one plugs into which. They will heat your mirror either way. And obviously plug your turn signal back in. And don't forget your little L-shaped pieces of metal that go on the back of the mirror that help keep the mirror from vibrating too much while you're driving. Very important. And then we're going to take our lower mirror and put it back in. And guys, these just kind of snap in. You just need to put even pressure over the center of the mirror where those round deals were that they clip onto, and just press and you'll hear it click and pop. So we're going to go ahead and swing our mirror back around. So we're going to go ahead and take our upper cap first. I kind of installed it by making sure that the clips on the top were clipped in first, and then kind of swinging it down and clipping in the sides and bottom. You may need to take your hand and just kind of tap it a little bit to make sure that it's actually on. Then we're going to take our bottom cap and install it in a similar way that we did the top, starting with the bottom of the cap, clipping it in and swinging it up, giving it a few love taps just to make sure that it's clipped on. And guys, that kind of transforms the mirror. It looks so much better with these chrome caps. Okay guys, and as simply as that, we have our new tow mirrors installed. Boy, this thing looks pretty. to go over how to run your wiring for your tow mirrors through the firewall and into the fuse box in your truck. Now this may depend and may vary as far as where the fuse is at and all that on your truck, versus depending on the year and make of it. But this is the fuse box here in mine. On this, which is a 2005 Chevy Silverado 2500, I have a rubber, I guess you'd call it grommet or something, down in here where the main wiring harness comes through the firewall. And all I did was take a metal coat hanger and poke it through the side of that, because you're not going to fish it in there with the wiring that's already in it, which is not enough room. But I took a metal coat hanger and stuck it through the side of the rubber grommet and into the cab, and made sure, I mean, you'll have to open your door and crawl underneath your dash to see it there. I think it's behind your ECM, so you may have to move that out of the way as well. But once that wire is sticking through there, you take the end that's still up here, you tie your wires off to it, or vice versa. If they're in there, you pull them this way. It's just however you guys want to do it. But you pull your wires through that rubber grommet, which, guys, I've had that set up like that for like 4 years now. I've never had rain leak in through it because of it. It's inside your, it's under the hood here. I mean, the most you're going to get is maybe some mist and stuff from like road spray coming up, but it doesn't go through that. I've never had water problems. Don't worry about that. But anyway, I fished it up here. This is your fuse box. You've got a diagram here on the back to show you where all your fuses are at. And I ran them up through underneath here with the rest of the wiring into here. Now some of these I believe are for my fast fuel system, so don't, I've got 3 of them in here, but 2 of them you're going to run up to here. I think one was for your the dome lights in the truck, as well as, let's see, what else was it? Oh, my reverse lights. And I don't remember which ones I had to tap into, guys. You'll have to look these up. But I wanted to show you guys one of these cool little fuse taps, is what I call them. Instead of, I've seen people take a wire and run it up in here and strip the end of the wire off and just wrap the bare end of the wire around one of these legs on your fuse and stick it back in. And while that may work, it's not really the correct way to do it. So this is a fuse tap. It comes with a tail on it, a wire, and then you put 2 fuses into the side of it and plug that into where the fuse goes. And that's what I did with these. It's super, I mean, I think you can get them from O'Reilly's. Guys, it's real easy to do and definitely way more safer. That way you've got the reason for the 2 fuses. One is for the already existing function of that fuse spot, and then the secondary one is obviously for the new function that you're running or tapping into it for. That way they both have their own fuse. But guys, it's about as simple as that. Like I said, do your research, make sure you're tapping into the right fuse. To me, it seems a lot easier to just hook up the wires to the wires, hook up your wiring, tap into wires that are already in the cab, because I'm not showing you how I actually did it right now, but it is an absolute pain to try to get a wire through that firewall, through that grommet. And I don't really know of a better way to get it in there. I'm sure there are other ways, but this is the closest, more convenient way, I guess. As far as all this right here, yes, it's very simple, but that right there is a pain. I'm telling you right now, I did a video previous to this one about how to wire up your mirrors, and I showed you what wires to tap into that are already behind your dash. And it's super simple, guys. It's just a little you just tap into the wire with the wire that you already have. But anyway, yep, that's how I did it, guys. Mine are currently run right here. I showed you what wires to tap into in the truck, but I already had this run up here before, and so I just used the wires that I already had punched through the firewall to tie my new wires onto. But yep, guys, Sanooer just wanted me to kind of go over that with you guys so that you would kind of get an understanding of how it worked, in case that's what you wanted to do. That's how I did it. Not everything I do is always the correct way, but it works. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to go check out Sanooer online, Sanooer.com. And guys, it helps me out a lot if you'll just go in the comments and drop a comment about anything. You just put a thumbs up, but comments help. Make sure you share this with your friends, and please subscribe to the channel if you don't already subscribe. Helps me out a lot. Anyway, guys, until the next video, thank you for watching.